This works. All right, yeah, so I don't know what the fuck happened. Hey, everybody, welcome to Solid State Unlimited, the newest place on Twitch.tv, and it's gonna be the best place. It's not that, let's not, you know, I'm trying to deflate the ego a little bit, okay? I'm trying to keep it from getting too big, too far, because, you know, you gotta have a bit of an ego to think like, hey, I'm gonna talk in front of video games and people are going to enjoy it. Like, that's pretty delusional, so you gotta have, you know, the ego to float you up to that point. But you don't want it too big, because when it gets too big, too fast, too far, and your skills can't keep up with it, that's when your balloon fucking pops. That's when you take the balloon too high into the stratosphere, it pops, and then you plummet down to the earth. So deflating the ego just a little bit. Alright, this isn't the best place on Twitch. It's not there yet. But I'm looking up in the sky and I'm seeing a bright, beautiful sun. And I'm gonna work my hardest to get up to that sun. Right? We're gonna reach that. We're all gonna reach it together. Not to turn into Charles and just start spouting whatever stupid shit comes to mind, but no, you know, it's I've got a goal that I want this stream to reach. I got a goal that I want this channel to reach, and it's high. It's fucking really high up there. All right, it's bright. It's fucking blinding. You look at it and you're like, you can feel your cornea starting to melt, like two eggs. All right, so it's difficult to keep your eyes on the prize when it's so blindingly bright, but you gotta, you know, that's why I wear shades everywhere I go, okay? So I'm always ready to look up and see it coming for. I'm coming for it. It's gonna take a while, you know, it's gonna take a lot of dead bodies, gonna have to pile them up, stack them up like Griffith, and stack them up one by one by one by one, but eventually I'm gonna reach that. I'm gonna reach that sun, alright? I'm gonna grasp it in my fucking hand. I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna feel the power of the sun itself flow into me. And then, I don't know, I'll get a jacuzzi or something. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine having so much money that you can afford a hot tub? Anyways, so yeah, so the stream isn't there just yet, but I'm working on it. You and me, all of us together, we're gonna take this stream all the way up to the sun. But you gotta start small, you gotta start right here. We're gonna start with number 1. This is day 2 of Solid State Unlimited, and you're watching the hottest programming block that's on right now, which is Virtual Light Emissions. That's right. You just saw, well, we unfortunately missed part of Pixel Demon's second episode here when he was playing Donkey Kong Country. Unfortunately, I was laughing at that. It was good. We only got about like a quarter of the way into it. That was Twitch's fault, so we're gonna be talking to them and figuring out like what the fuck's happening, what's going on, why did that happen, and what kind of compensation can we get, you know, because I think we lost some viewers. Like, it went down and they just went, oh, I guess that's the end of it, and they left. I don't know how to get them back. I don't know how to get to them and tell them like, hey, come back, we're not over yet, okay? I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna talk to Twitch. They're gonna give us some money. You know what? They're probably, you got back hacked. Exactly. Pixel Demon, who we were just listening to, he's in the chat still. I think Yokijiro's there as well. All the people of Virtual Light Emissions are gonna be in the chat while we're doing it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's VODs, all right. It's pre-recorded, but we're only playing new stuff though. So every day, 7 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. We're going to be playing new content. It's pre-recorded, but it's new. You have not seen this before. You haven't seen it anywhere else. Even other people who have played these games are not going to have the observations that we're going to have. You know why? Because we're fucking smarter. We're fucking quicker. We peer closer into the iris of the sun to get that sweet, sweet nectar of truth. That's what we're doing here at Solid State Unlimited. It's all about the truth. It's all about getting to the truth. And again, like the sun, you stare into it and it blinds you. You don't know what the fuck you're looking at. You can't comprehend it. The sun is literally too powerful for your eyes to handle. Right? But you can get a little bit of it. You need light to see. The only way you can get knowledge is if you can see the pages in front of you. And how do you see them? light. All right, that's what I'm talking about. That makes perfect sense. You don't understand it? Just don't worry about it. Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about the meaning of what I'm saying. Pay attention to how my voice sounds, to how it's soothing you, and how you're starting to agree with everything I say. I've said a couple things that you think like, yeah, that's true, and you can sort of stop worrying about after that. Stop worrying about it after that. After I say a couple things that you agree with, just everything else I'm going to say you're obviously going to agree with as well, so continue to watch and continue to take in my voice, right? Don't get your credit cards out just yet. Anyways, Midnight Sweats. What the fuck is all of this about? So, Midnight Sweats, it's my newest creation. It's my newest thing that I'm going to be doing here, all right? I'm still sick, so unfortunately I'm trying to battle the coughs, but they're going to be coming. If I have, let's see. If I have OBS open... There we go. Here, watch this. I now have a cough button that doesn't cost 200. You see, you didn't hear any of it. No, seriously, I've looked up cough buttons before, and they're disgustingly expensive. Hold on, I can't look at the stream while it's going on. I'm gonna get the chat and I'm gonna pop it out. All right, so we got that. We're gonna have the Discord. That's going to be happening here as well. The show is on. You can go to here. Let me get the link. It should be below. It should be underneath it. Oh shit, I just closed it. That's why I can't see it. Let's see. I'm going to add videos as well. So let's do all error movement. Oh, I think the vodcast is all kinds of fucked up, so I don't know how we're going to do this. Anyways, this is the first night of Midnight Sweats. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be happening. Let's see. I'm only in one channel. Oh my god. Well, hey, you know, that's how we're gonna be doing it. All right. So I gotta check and see why I'm only in one channel right now. Oh, you know what it probably is? No. Okay. Let me see. Filters. What are my filters? Nothing. I thought advanced audio properties. There we go. Let's see. How do I down mix to? There we go. Down mix to. Okay. Thank you. How's this? Am I sounding better now? Is it sounding good? Is it going? I can't believe it. You know, I swear to God, that used to not happen, and I think OBS changed something. But here we go. Again, this is the first night. All right, things are going fucking crazy. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna be disgusting. But we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna get past this first. It's like the first time you fuck. All right, not to get lewd immediately or disgusting, but the first time you fuck is always gross. It's always bad. And then after that, until you're about, I don't know, I want to say about 35 to 36. Every time you fuck for the first time with a new person, it's also just disgusting. It's awful. It's clumsy. It's terrible. It's very awkward. So, hey, listen, all right? I'm popping cherries right now. We're popping the cherries. This is going to be the first truly call-in show of Twitch of its caliber, all right? This is uncensored, all right? You want to talk about stuff? Here, go to the Discord. Let me get the Discord up for you real quick. Let me open up the channel because that's where it is. It's so difficult getting one of these Discord, trying to get the Discord invite thing is so goddamn difficult. But let's see. I'm going to pop it in the chat right now. Wait, it's gone. Hold on. I'll put a link in the tab. There we go. Let's see. Wait, where is it? There we go. I don't do fuck. I fuck. And that should be the Discord. So click on that, and that'll get you into the Midnight Sweats Discord. So how do you do a call-in show on the internet? It's easy. You go to the Discord, the Midnight Sweats Discord, and let me know if for some reason it's not fucking working or whatever. That is it right there. It should be that. And if that doesn't work, then just do discord.gg /that USD for AUG, right? That's going to be an invite. It's going to get you into the Discord. What happens in the Discord? Oh, you know what? Let's see, disable. There we go. Yeah, so you'll go into the Midnight Sweats Discord. It's free. It's open. It's always going to be open. There's a text chat if you want to hang out. If you don't want to talk face to face, voice to voice, mano y mano. All right, you can just talk in the text. I'm probably not going to check it during the stream. So if you want to do text, just go into the chat. But if you want to talk on the air, all right, I'm taking on air people. Go into the waiting pit, voice channel, waiting pit. Go to there. Let somebody know in Limbo or the waiting pit that you want to get in the you want to get on there. Let's see, everybody, it's live. Yes. Let it be known that you want to get on the air, and then you got to jump into one of the voice channels. We'll give you some of those the roles on Discord, and then we'll get you in there, and then you'll be able to talk to me. You got questions? Do you got comments? Do you have information that you wish to pass to everybody? Do you have opinions on the news of the day? Do you have opinions on the types of food that you have recently been eating? Any of those, call in and I'll talk to you. Now, if you're bored, I'll probably kick you out. But I'll give because this is a new show, because this is happening sort of live, because we're starting it today. I'm gonna give you some leeway. You know, I'm gonna give you a chance to gather yourself. So you know, I'm doing a little bit of umming right now. It's been a little while. It's been a couple months since I've done the stream, but we're back. Midnight Sweats, it's back, is back, and it's going to be going on Tuesday through Friday. All right, every day at around 8 p.m. This I wasn't even supposed to start right now, but of course Twitch was fucking up. Let me see. Oh yeah. So the whole thing. So why this? First off, I want the chat is always a little bit too slow for me in terms of responding. Now, on Twitch, I've been able to reduce the amount of lag that you get, but there's still a little bit. You know, and trying to have any sort of discussion with chat is almost impossible. It's basically they say one thing and I respond to it, and that's pretty much as far as it's going to go. Because otherwise I have to do this. I just have to wait. Gotta wait for them to answer, or I have to vamp the entire time that I'm waiting for them to reply to me, and then I have to wait for them to hear my reply, then I have to wait for them to type it, and then they're still gonna have to wait to hear my reply, and it's a whole fucking mess. So we'll use the Discord, all right? You just go in there, waiting pit, let somebody know that you want to be on the air, and then we'll be able to talk voice to voice. I'm going to have some topics up that, for those of you who, you know, have, I don't know what to say, on the top of the show. I had all these things that I wanted to talk to Edgar Kastner about, but then as soon as I got on the air, I fucking forgot it. That's going to happen. So I'm going to have some topics that we'll actually talk about. So maybe that will spur some discussion. We'll be able to have a discussion. We'll be able to have more than one person on if I choose to as well. That's all going to be possible. You just go right into the Discord. So part of why I wanted to do this is, now, I heard through the grapevine that these late night talk shows are apparently, that's the new cool thing. That's the thing that the kids are doing on Twitch or YouTube or what the fuck ever. And that's possible. I haven't seen it. The reason that I'm doing this is because a long time ago, 20 years ago, before the internet was everywhere, before smartphones, before you could watch Netflix in bed after your parents told you to go to bed, when the lights were out, right? You had a few options for entertainment after the lights went out. First off, you're supposed to be going to bed, okay? So just get some sleep. It's the most important thing. Did I talk that long? Has it already been 13 minutes? I'm supposed to go to a music break right now. Well, it doesn't matter. Anyways, we don't need backing music right now. Anyways, so you've got a couple options. You're supposed to go to sleep, and believe me, it's important to get sleep. I remember there was Dr. Drew was talking about how he had treated a lot of patients with dementia. And the commonality between all of them, the thing that caused them to get demented, it wasn't stress. It wasn't even, most of the times it wasn't genetic. What it was is a lack of sleep. These were people, these people led stressful lives. They were captains of industry. They were military people. generals, lieutenants, stuff like that. And they loved it, though. You know, they flourished under stressful conditions. But it was the lack of sleep. That is what slowly killed them. So you take this person who's like this strong, you know, leader, this person with, you know, a will and some amount of power or responsibility. You take that person and then it slowly just crushes them into that demented person in the corner where you're like, don't talk to that guy. He'll keep asking you, what if, hey, did the Patriots win? You'd be like, no, the Patriots, that football team disbanded 15 years ago, Grandpa. Oh, that's right. So, Grandpa, you know, I was watching TV the other day and I saw, did the Patriots win? Did you see that, Sonny? Grandpa, no. That's what it does to them. It turns them sad. All right, so get some sleep. Anyways, but if you're like me and you're an insomniac, and you want some additional entertainment after you're supposed to be asleep, you've got a couple different options, and they're very limited. The first thing is, the easiest is books with a flashlight. Now, and that was something that was, I don't know if this is a common thing, but when I was a kid, I like AA batteries were were a commodity. You know, that was something where, you know, like anything that had AA batteries was a potential source of like, oh shit. I was like, oh man, my flashlight, the batteries have finally gone out because I, you know, use it for fucking hours. And it's like these tiny little flashlights. They're about, you know, a little bit longer than my index finger. They're not powerful, but but the AA's don't last for very long anyways. So those would run out, and then once the AA batteries in your flashlight run out, now you've got to find other AA's, because your parents probably don't have just like a stack of AA's. At some point, my parents did. They did eventually just have AA's for everybody. Once they got cheap, now we have as many AA's as we need. Before that, what would happen is the batteries go out, and now you've got to scour the house. And if it's after night, like if it's during the day and you're just like, oh, it ran out last night, it's a little bit easier. You find clickers that nobody uses anymore, like the clicker to the VCR. Like nobody actually used the clicker on the VCR because it never fucking worked. So those are good sources of AA's. You don't want to grab the normal clicker because then you can't watch TV. It's really difficult. And then at the point where you get like the TiVo or the DVR or that kind of stuff, once we got to that stage, then it's even worse. Like, I mean, at least if it was like the old style television, you could press the button to like go to the next channel. So you'd have to go through all the channels manually. You couldn't just switch to them. But that's still doable. But like, if you have a DVR and you don't have a clicker, you're done. That's it. There's no more. Like, what do you have to be some sort of fucking animal and sit there and just watch the commercials and just, you know, watch what's on right now? Are you kidding me? No, that's disgusting. So you don't want to take the main clicker. You would go for the VCR clickers, the DVD clickers, or I think at one point we had like a stereo system. So we did not have the stereo system anymore. That had, I don't know, it broke or it sold it or something, but we still had the clicker, and every once in a while that would have new batteries in it, just because, I don't know, somebody would go around and just like refill the clickers. All right, and they would so every once in a while I check that and like, yes, there's the AA's, so that you're able to refresh the batteries. Let's see. Oh wait, we got the waiting pit. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So you do that. Other things like, you know, any sort of electronic device that has AA's, you keep an eye on, because at some point you might need to grab one of those. And it's even worse at night, because now you've got to be quiet. Now you've got to be sneaky. Okay. You've got to slowly walk around, and you've got to get. And I was on the top floor, so 2 floors. I'm on the top floor, and we had, I swear to God, squeaky stairs. All right. You'd press down and go. And you're like, oh shit. And you'd stop, you look, freeze, oh fuck. You'd listen, trying to see if anyone was stirring, and nope. Okay, and then you slowly you try to make your way downstairs, and then once you're downstairs, it's pretty easy. if your flashlight is already dead, then it's kind of a problem. You got to find other sources of light. But if your flashlight was doing the thing where it was just sort of dimming down and it's like flickering, you could use that to kind of look around as well. So you'd have to get downstairs to sort of, again, that's why you had to remember the electronic devices that had the double A's in them, because you'd have to like find those in the dark. All right, so that's what you do. You have to sort of, you got the flashlight. That's going to be one of your sources of entertainment after hours. The other one was, and I don't know what it was, but my mom would always buy those travel TVs. The little, they're about the size of a lunchbox. If anybody remembers those, they're about the size of a lunchbox, and they had like General Kastner's Stealthing 101. Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen, when you have an alcoholic parent, learning how to sneak around is always an important lesson. That's a skill that you're going to grind at some point. But so the travel TVs that were about the size of a lunchbox, they had an antenna, and they only had like a black and white signal. They would only get like, the very basic, the CBS, NBC, ABC, and then maybe Fox. Maybe UPN if you were lucky. Although watching UPN doesn't make you lucky. Nobody knows what the fuck UPN is. UPN is what merged with the WB channel. Oh yeah, and maybe you'd get the WB and UPN were always the weakest signals. They merged into CW, what we know as CW. That's where those came from. Jesus Christ, I'm old. But anyways, yeah. So you get some of the basic channels, and you get some of the basic channels there, and so you don't have like the wide breadth of the cable channels. All right, that's difficult to do when your parents are awake. Then they get control of the TV, and you don't get to say whatever you want. Wait, is there somebody? Oh, that's something else. Let me. Oh, you know what what's gonna be difficult is the Discord's gonna make noises while I'm doing this. Hold on, I can do this. I'll just mute it for now, and then I can unmute it. Used to say oopin as a kid for UPN. No wonder I got beat up a lot. No, I think that the worst thing is if you admit to watching UPN. And I watched a lot of UPN. I remember there was this one show. It was like these two guys, and it was like a sci-fi sitcom. But it was Brothers in Space or something like that. I swear to God. So the premise was it's two black guys in space. That was the joke. And they would just sort of be like black guys talking black, man, but they're in space, and they got like their spaceship was like a beat up car with a rocket engine in the back. All right, I swear to God, that's a real show. You can find it somewhere. But on you had UPN, you had WB, you had Fox, and all the standard channels. So you didn't have a whole lot of options. But hey, listen, when you're a kid and you don't want to go to sleep, anything that's on late, hey, maybe you'll get you'll be able to catch some Jerry Springer at midnight if you got the basic channel. So you've got that. But that's limited because first off, you had to have one of those in the house at the time, and your mom had to not be using it as well. And she typically for some reason she would hide it places. Homeboys in Space. Right? Oh my God. Homeboys in Space. That's a good find, Pixel Demon. That's a good fucking find. I was close. Brothers in Space, but yeah, no. It was the 90s, so it's Homeboys. Holy shit. Anyways. Oh, nice. Thank you, Moobot. That's the Discord that you got to use. I don't know if that... we might have to change that one to the discord.gg, but I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so you got that one. So your mom had to not be using the TV, and there had to be one in the house because everyone... sometimes you would have one, sometimes you wouldn't. And that was also difficult as well because those took 6... D batteries, which are fucking rare as it is. Like, even to have a couple of them, but to have 6 of them, and that's only going to get you a couple hours, right? So you had to have the ones that had the plug-in, and you had to have the plug-in with it as well. And that was a rare time, all right? I remember, fucking Christ. I do remember, though, I managed to procure all of that together, and I got to watch Beast Wars in the morning before my dad went to work, because normally I'd have to wait for him to go to work and then I could watch Beast Wars, but that time I didn't have to. I think it was Fridays he would leave late, so I never got to watch like the new episode of Beast Wars. I had to watch the reruns that would play before it, and I would always miss, like, when it was part 1 of part 2. I'd watch the part 1 and I would always miss the part 2, but that time I got to watch the part 2 of Beast Wars, and that was the one where it was Megatron. It was the one where they had, like, it was Dinobot, Rat Trap, and Cheetor, and they were like all decked out with their guns and everything, and they were facing off against Megatron and a couple of other of the Predacons, and it was like the Wild West spaghetti western tune. I'm not going to do it. I swear to God, I'm not going to be making noises with my mouth. Okay, that's just, other people can do it. I'm not going to be doing it. Anyways, it was the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That theme song that played, and I finally got to see the part 2, and I got to see the resolution of that whole storyline, and it was the best thing ever. Anyways, so other than that, so you've got the TV, you've got the books. All right. So now is where we get to the fucking point after half an hour. It's only about 10 minutes of rambling so far. But so the other thing that you could do, and this was the easiest, it was radio, because, you know, everybody had a radio even back then. You know, you have like one of the tape players, the tape decks that had an FM radio. I got for one Christmas or birthday, I got a stereo. And it was like one of those 90s ones where it was like curved in really dumb ways. So it was like a pill form. Underrated show. Beast Wars? Oh, for sure. It is. Oh my God. Yeah. I remember like years ago, I was doing this stream on Twitch back when it was Justin.tv. I did a stream of just like replaying. I replayed Beast Wars, Dexter's Laboratory, and I think Samurai Jack as well. That was fucking fun. I don't know if I can do that right now because it took a lot of time. And also I think we would get kicked off too. We get kicked off because it's copyrighted material, but maybe we'll find a way. I remember there was that like Hitbox.tv that I was on for a little while, and that got bought up into something else. I don't know what that's called. We could probably go there because nobody checks that shit. So we could have our own little our own cartoon channel on Hitbox. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So radio was the easiest thing to sort of consume at night because that always, you know, sometimes if you're using like the cassette player, you had to get the batteries. All right. But after you had like any sort of stereo, you just use that. You can turn it on, turn the volume down low, and yeah, you could listen to music. But what I found was the best was discovering late night AM talk radio, because it was this whole weird world of like, there's just, what do you mean audio only, they can watch along? Oh yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean? These people are just like talking to each other? They're just like just talking and just going like, hey, no, what about that O.J. Simpson thing? It was fucking crazy, man. Let's go to the calls. Let's get people's opinion. Like, it just seemed fucking insane. Agreed. AM talk radio was fun. Yeah. And especially late at night, it's just like you've got like nothing else to do, and so you can actually focus on it. And late night is when the weird people, you know, like the meth addicts and the stoners would call in. You know, the stoners who don't have a job to go to the next day, so they had time to stay up late and call in. And it was this fucking weird world of these odd people calling in, and these people like interacting with them. And some of them were insane. Some of them had, you know, funny things to say. But it was it was just such a weird, and it's so unlike TV, you know, like TV's all pre-recorded. It's all sort of, it's very pristine. It's very clean, you know, even like the Today Show stuff. Although, what was it, Matt Laurel, which at some point I'll probably talk about, like all the stuff happening in Hollywood and all the people getting like reamed for reaming other people. I'll get into that at some point. But yeah, like the Today Show where like, Regis Philbin, he had like a semi-life. I remember in the 90s, I think his TV show was a call-in show as well. But who the fuck cares what Regis Philbin has to say about anything? You know, I listen to Oregon's conservative radio because I like to get angry. Oh, no, you see, that's the problem. Let's see. So you can't get into, and that's the problem too, is that I am trying to, this incarnation, I'm trying to be less political, not so much political, but less preachy. But, you know, because I am sort of a guy just here by myself, until people start calling in, and then the rubber's going to hit the road. But until then, I'm kind of here, talking to myself. And that is real. That's what most conservative radio is like a dude just with a microphone, just like rambling about fucking his thoughts on political stuff. And it's like, I don't know, Lars Larson, like who the fuck? Like, I don't want to listen to Lars Larson. Like, he's just going to have like some dumb opinion on something. And then he's going to take calls from people who are going to say, Lars, I think you're wrong. And here's why. Well, I don't care what you think, little girl. All right. So I think that Girl Scout cookies, they cost too damn much. All right. It's those liberals driving the prices up. Those taxes, you know, driving the prices of these cookies up. How am I supposed to buy these cookies if they're too damn expensive? Yeah, I don't listen to that shit, you know. And that was the cool thing. That's what I liked about AM radio as well, or the late night, is that, yeah, you might have like somebody talking to themselves on a microphone, but it was typically going to be some weird shit, man. Let's see. I remember these two young guys shooting the shit talking about bad showers. Might have been college radio. That sounds more like college radio. But you know, like that's the kind of stuff that I fucking loved. It was that type of stuff of like these conversations that, you know, especially as a kid, like you never heard like adults talking about stuff in that way. Like, I don't know, maybe your parents, but like your parents weren't very witty or off or very good or funny off the cuff, so it was very different. So that's what I want. And the great thing too was the ability to stumble in the middle of a conversation. You just turn the dial and you don't know what the fuck they were going to be talking about. You didn't know who these people were. You didn't know what station this was. It's like, and you don't even know if this is a station that you're supposed to be getting, or I think there was something where like at certain parts of the day, the wave bands would sort of shoot over. And this might be like a ham radio thing, but like you could, like on ham radio, my dad was into it. It was fucking stupid. You know, it's funny that like I'm so into talk radio, but I thought ham radio was fucking dumb. But like at certain points of the day, you could get ham radio from Australia, right? You could talk to people who are going to be telling you about kangaroos, mate. We're gonna get, all right, that's enough voices. Anyways, but you know, like you never knew what you were getting at the time, and you're just turning the dial, just seeing what's on. You know, you come to different times. If you would tune in at different times, there'd be different people talking. If you came back the next day, there was probably the same person talking, but talking to different people. It was insane. You know, and that's something that I want too, is that sort of that ability to the ability to get into the middle of a conversation, but like that's great. You can just sort of listen, you know, see what they're talking about, and you can catch up fairly quickly. Who is the guy that talked to himself in the different voices? You're talking about Phil Hendrie. He is a radio legend. He is a talent, and he is a genius. No shit. If you want to do voices, okay, here's the thing about voices on the radio. Most people who do them are fucking terrible. They're awful. They just do like shitty accents and whatever. They don't do actual characters. Phil Hendrie figured out, okay, what are we going to do? You can't see the person who's talking. So if you can do a voice that sounds demonstrably different than the person, than how you normally sound, and he would play it like he was calling himself, so you'd have all the audio noise of a phone call to sort of to mask it a little bit more, and he would fucking talk to himself. Imagine stumbling onto that. This guy who's like talking to this woman who's supposed to be like part of the homeowners association, and talking about like some other neighbor down the street who's done something wrong, and it's this outlandish thing, like, you know, their house is painted shit brown, Phil. It is painted shit brown. That is unacceptable. It is in the rules. And he'd be like, what are you talking about? That's insane. And he would just be talking to himself. You can't see it, and he's so good at it. And he was amazing at improv. Like, he was not reading off of a script. Like, he knew like the topics he was going to be talking about, but he wasn't reading a script, because then people would call in. Remember when he saw his car getting broken into while making funny voices? Oh my god, yeah. Phil Hendry's just fucking, it's nuts. And because I caught it just on the cusp before radio kind of went down the tubes, because he does some sort of show now, and I kind of stopped listening to it. He tried to do a political show, and that was pretty bad, because he's not that insightful when it comes to politics. That's something for me to think about, actually, is whether or not I'm insightful on what I'm going to be. If I want to talk about politics, do I have anything to say? I don't know. Anyways, he did not, but he was still really funny. But I caught him just at like 2003, 2004, something like that, when people were still fooled by it. And I heard it, and I was fooled at the beginning. You're just like, what the fuck is this person? This bitch is insane. And if I had the gumption, I would have called up, and people would call up thinking that the characters were real, and he would have arguments with the callers and with himself all at the same time. Genius. Fucking genius. And how great is that? Like, can you ever imagine like watching a random Twitch stream and seeing something like that going on? I'm sorry, I don't think that's going to be happening. Okay, I don't believe it, but maybe we can be the one bastion where something like Phil Hendry could happen again. And let's see. All right. So that's Phil Hendry, Talk Radio. It's amazing. We're gonna be doing it here on Midnight Sweats, and so I'm up to my first break here, and so we're gonna be doing the intro, and then we got some musical breaks in between, because my throat is killing me. All right, I'm sick. I'm coughing all of the time, and I also have to basically talk to myself for an hour. So we're gonna take a short little break here. We got Dogtown from The Blood of Heroes, and then we're gonna have 2 other songs after that. So stick around.
Sunset. On the set, we not fit done with it yet. So come now, give up the sweat. This year the thing we be dead. You not fit drop for no fret. This year not big silhouette. We playing Russian roulette. The man them cannot forget. Rock steady in all your mind one time with it. Ingrained in all your brains, you're fine with it. People might go run when this your fire come down. There is no water in the east, only blood on the ground. lyrical youth kinda blend the way. Blind in the mind so them eye can't see. Death in the west and fire upon the trees. Death in the west when this your wrong strong down. Put your hand in the air, put your feet on the ground. See, I'll be crisis, critical, error. You'll be victim, I'll be killer.
Final redemption, redemption, redemption.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey. Welcome to Solid State Unlimited, where everything goes perfect, where I don't forget to turn my microphone back on, because I am a consummate professional. That's right, here on Solid State Unlimited. Good thing nobody heard the stuff I was talking about. I was talking some mad shit about other people, and yet here I am, making a fucking ass of myself. Well, anyways, Midnight Sweats. It's going to be... The gist of what I was talking about was we are going to be doing real interaction, right? That's why I wanted to do a call-in show, is so that I would actually be able to talk to you guys directly. We can have actual communication. I don't want to do that weird, like, virtual friend bullshit that I see throughout the rest of Twitch, okay? I'm not going to pretend to be your friend. I'm going to be a host, and we're going to talk, but we can have an actual conversation. We can connect on a human level for even just a few moments, a few minutes, a conversation or two, all right? That's what I'm going to be trying to do. I'm trying to, you know what? First off, hashtag, we missed this part, but hashtag kill small streamers. That's important. They're weaklings. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to get started. They don't know how to grow themselves. All right, so let's just crush them up and just eat them. Hashtag kill small streamers. In fact, you know what? You could go even further and just do hashtag kill all streamers. Just kill them all. Well, these people who are like creating this horrible shit content and just spewing it out onto everybody else, like how would the country really be negatively impacted if every single streamer right now just fucking died? Nobody would care. Nobody would. Most of them spend so much time inside, they don't even have real friends. They don't even have a real life, okay? So who would miss them? Nobody. That's my point. So before the big, the calling happens, we'll talk to each other. In fact, all right, you know what? I got less than 20 minutes left. So I got a bit. It's the first day. I've already made a couple mistakes. Let's do the first bit of Midnight Sweats, and that's going to be Uncle Eddie fixing stream problems. I should have an intro for this or some sort of music. That would be a good thing to have. At some point, I'll write that down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at other people's streams and I'm going to see the problems that they have. What's keeping them down? You know, what's keeping you in the small streamer group, okay? And if you guys have your own streams, link them in here. I'll take a look at them, and I'll let you know what you need to change, okay? I will let you know what you need to change on your stream to make it to the big time. I'm not there yet, but I just started, okay? This is day 2 of this channel. It's day 1 of Midnight Sweats. I'm going there, okay? I'm going to the top. I'm going to the sun. All right, so help me help you. Put your stream in the chat. I'll take a look at it, and I'll let you know what to change. So I'm just gonna go with some generic advice today, and this is useful for everybody. Everybody can take this advice, all right? No matter if you're a big streamer or a small streamer, this is gonna be able to help you make the stream the best thing it can be, which isn't very good because streams can't be really good things. So let's just get that. Let's get that delusion. Just pick it up, and just drop it in the bin. All right, okay. So so Uncle Eddie is going to tell you one thing to change about your stream to make it work even better than it has before. The big thing, I've noticed this on a lot of Twitch channels, is you look at the rules. First off, the rules are always a lot of the same stuff. It's never like, it seems like they just copy and paste the rules from a different channel and then like add like one or two little things that they you know, like, oh, that's my idiosyncrasy for my rules is that one little thing. I'll put a little emoji at the end of it. No, you got all these rules that are just, you know, they don't matter. They're all the same. One that I've noticed almost everywhere, except for right here, is no backseat gaming. And so what I assume that these people are having a problem with is people in the chat telling them what to do on the game that they're playing, and for some reason they don't like that. They don't like, I guess they don't, like they like being in charge. I'm the big boss. I got the microphone. You're watching me. I get to do whatever I want. And they don't like being told how to play the games, and I guess, maybe they don't want to stifle the chat into just evolving into just telling them how to play the game. Maybe they're a little bit embarrassed that they've chosen a game that they're not very good at. It's happened a couple times on the stream already. Not gonna name names, but you know who you are. Yeah, so maybe they chose the wrong game that they shouldn't be playing on there. Okay, and they're a little bit embarrassed about it. So let's alleviate these problems. Okay, first off, I don't know why you don't like being told. You don't know why you don't like being told how to play the game. So let's solve that. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. Pre-record all of your gameplay. So if you're going to stream for 4 hours, just record 4 hours of footage, of gameplay footage, and then just stream it live and just talk over it. Now, we're going to be fixing 2 problems here, okay? First off, so anytime so you won't have to have a rule anymore, okay? Every time somebody says like, oh, you should do X, just let them know, oh, honey, sweetie, this is pre-recorded, okay? So thank you for the tip, okay? But I can't do anything right now, all right? There's nothing. It's pre-recorded, okay? So I can't use your tip right now, okay? Thank you. You get to do that. The second thing that you're going to fix is that you're going to be able to concentrate on the talking. You're going to be able to concentrate on the actual effort that you're supposed to be doing, okay? Playing video games, especially at the level that everyone is playing at, okay? You're not MLG right now. So your gameplay, so you're trying to play a game and talk at the same time. Both of them are suffering. You're not playing as well as you should, and you're not talking as well as you should. So if it's pre-recorded, it's all going to be new, okay? But now you can actually focus on speaking and being entertaining. What's that? You have no skills at talking and being funny. You just spout a bunch of memes, and that gets the chat lolling and putting all those emojis, spamming the chat with the catchphrase. Oh, that's what you want to do. Well, then fuck it. Never mind. Anyways, one of my roommates turned down the TV while I was playing Valkyria Chronicles on my TV while sitting on my couch. I never beat the game, but he kept telling me what to do. He always sat in his boxers on my leather couch while watching MMA while I wasn't home. I can just imagine how, like, you caught him like once or twice, and then like, he was doing it. It was like, okay, it's embarrassing. I don't want him seeing me in my boxers. So he'd be like, I'm gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna watch MMA in my boxers on this leather couch while he's not home, while he's at work earning money. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Except, of course, then you leave like the sweaty fucking thigh marks on the leather couch. So you come home, you look down, and you see this puddle, these 2 pools of fucking sweat on your leather couch. And guess what? You know what was happening. You figured it out. You know what was going on. I moved all of my stuff into my room after that. What the fuck? Where'd your couch go, bro? I remember that guy. He was one of those weird. That guy was. You remember that guy edged? Edgar. Yes. I thought you said he edged. He did that thing where like you jack off for like 10 hours, and it's where you get like right close, right before you're gonna fucking come, and you just like wait, stop, and you go like, oh, and then you start building yourself back up right to the edge. You go wait, but then you stop, and then you can like jack off for like 10 hours, and then I can't imagine, like I imagine if you've been masturbating for 10 hours, there's either 2 things that are gonna happen. One is that you are going to shoot a wall. You're going to shoot a hole in your wall with that cum when it comes out. You've just been building up this pressure. Or it's going to be like the muscles are so tired and so sore from your abuse that it's just going to like dribble out, and you won't even get all of the cum out of your penis. And then you're going to get like some sort of urinary tract infection because of like the old sperm that's sitting in there. It's disgusting. The guy that got upset about the Marvel D&D game he played. Yeah, so that guy, I remember that guy. Yeah, and that's what I was going to say, is that he was the type of guy who got like really... he thought he was really smart and really... He was, was like, I'm so smart. Except he worked at a call center, which if you work at a call center, you're not smart. You haven't figured out anything, okay? But he took D&D. It wasn't D&D. It was this Marvel role-playing game without dice, and he took it. So there's no dice. I just made up, the setting as I was going on. It's more. You didn't need dice because you didn't need things to be exact, because it was more of a storytelling game, and you kind of just use like these stones to sort of make it a little bit strategic, make you feel like you're actually doing something. And he took it a little too seriously, and he was like, what's the distance from my character to that character? And I was like, I don't know. It's a store. It's a fucking store. It's less than 10 feet or something like that. Like, hold on. Let me see your map. And I was like, it's just like, what a great way to fucking ruin it. That's, you know what? We should, oh man, you know what? It's a great, I would want to do that. I would want to do that game again. The Marvel game. It's not like there's a couple other ones that use dice, but I would want to do that on stream because it doesn't use dice. So it just you can it's a lot simpler to sort of move along because because it's more of a storytelling telling game, where you're sort of having the characters interact, and you have fights and everything, but it's more about making the story go along with a little bit of tension rather than a lot of numbers, which I'm not too good on. You should bring him over, bring him on the show, interview him. Oh my god! And that was the guy. This was the guy. So, and let's talk about guys for a little bit. We only got a couple minutes left, but let's talk about guys, okay? Ladies. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me take some water. I only got a couple minutes left, but I'm gonna fucking make it. I swear to Christ. So the thing about guys is that there is something about guys and relationships that they want. It's not so much that they want their girlfriend to suffer, but they want them to they want their girlfriends to show them how much they love them. So in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, it was anal. Okay. It was like, hey, you don't like it up the butt. There's nothing particularly great about the butt. All right. If you're not using a condom, it's going to be gritty, especially depending on what you've eaten. It's all going to smell. It's all going to be disgusting. So there's not like an extra, it's like, ooh, it's really tight. And it's like, whatever. That really has nothing to do with it. Okay. The actual sensation of that, has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with do you love me enough to put up with this literal pain in the ass for like 5 or 6 minutes or I don't know, maybe 15 if you're feeling really unloved and insecure that day. But it's, are you willing to put up with a literal pain in your ass for me? Do it for me. Nothing for you. Not even a lot of pleasure for me, but do it for me anyways. All right, that's where the pleasure is going to come from, and that was what guys did in the late 90s, early 2000s, and at some point, that transitioned from anal into. And I don't know if this is still the case or if it's something else. It's probably something even worse now because these kids these days, they're disgusting. Okay, they have Snapchat and they can just see vaginas whenever they want. It's disgusting. Yeah, that's what I was getting. Getting to. Don't read ahead in the script. Is that it went from anal to threesomes. That was the new thing. It was like, honey, listen, okay? I know we're having a great relationship. Things are going great. And I know that you have no interest in women whatsoever. But if you love me, you'll bring your friend into the bedroom with us. And it's a little bit different than the anal because there might, and it's a thing too of like, again, what I was saying earlier, we're going to wrap this up, okay? Here's how we wrap it up, okay? Just like I said it before, is that just like anal, there's nothing inherently more pleasurable with another woman, mostly because you're having sex for the first time with this unknown woman. It's gonna be fucking awkward. Like, how there's never been a threesome in the entire history of the world where it was like, how was that threesome? That guy, man, he fucked me real good. It wasn't awkward and weird at all. No, it's weird. It's a new person. Not only it's not just the weird, awkward first time sex. It's gonna be weird. You don't know what to do. You don't know. Oh, don't touch that. What? Huh? Oh, touch it? No, don't touch it. Jesus Christ. And, it's this whole awkward thing. So it's that, plus your fucking girlfriend is right over there watching you fumble around with this other girl. There's nothing good going on here, all right? That it leads to a horrible fight afterwards, but it's that whole thing of like, show me how much you love me. If you love me as much as you say you do, you're gonna let me fuck your friend, all right? And you gotta watch me do it. I'm gonna stick it in her vagina and then your vagina, and everybody's getting a yeast infection. All right, guys, that is enough. That guy was not sane. He was totally nuts. Disgusting, just horrible. And his Asian he was trying to convince his Asian wife in another country to have a threesome with him. I don't know, what were they gonna do? Everyone's like, I think that was around the time when Skype was maybe just starting. So it's like, what are they gonna have, 3 webcams or some shit? I don't know. It's a fucking disgusting. That guy's yeah, that guy's no good, but I am good. Solid State Unlimited is good. Midnight Sweats is good. Thank you, guys. This was the first show. It was rough. It was bad. There's a lot of stuff that I'm probably going to have to change for the next show. I'm going to get it tight. I'm going to get it bright. I'm going to get it feeling really good. We've got over the awkward first fuck, all right? So come back next time. I'm going to treat you nice. I'm going to pay the bills. I'm going to get you some chocolate, all right? I'm going to show you how good. I'm going to show you how much of a good time I can give you when my song ended. So let me start the outro out again. See, again, first time awkward. We're getting over it. Next time, I'm going to see you here tomorrow. Next time. And stick around. Midnight Sweats is done. But coming up next, we're going to have Dreamland Ritual, which will hopefully put you all to sleep. So stick around here on Solid State Unlimited. And I'll see you tomorrow.